Hello, my fellow video gaming minions. Nice to have you back. Yeah, the Retroholic, Dr. Virtual here. This question, well, it's not much of a question, it's a tiny bit of an observation. It's sort of a little classic one. Years ago, I think I was in a debate with some friends in school. Right, it was talking about cars and their transmissions, and what it occurred to me was, okay, I said this. I said, well, I know that you love manual cars, like actual driving, over than automatics, but when you play a video game, why is it that you always pick the automatic rather than the manual? I thought, well, that's what I said to him, one of my mates. And he was like, oh yeah, that's a really good question. This is over a decade ago. This is back when I was in primary school, going on secondary school. So that was basically around the year 2001. So I was just entering in secondary school. But I remember that's a question from primary school, basically. And around that time, yeah, many games on the PS1, and video games like that, the transmissions you could change between. Games like Gran Turismo, for example. This was one of those cheeky questions. You like driving manual cars, in real life, because in England we love our manual transmissions over automatic. Because with manual you can drive both, it's void for both licenses, automatic and manual, so you can drive anywhere. When I say void, it means acceptable. Then I asked my friends in secondary school this question as well, because racing games have evolved a bit since then. The same question. They was like, why are you asking me that? I was like, well, because when you think about it, everyone always goes on how manual beats automatic in England, but when it comes to the racing games, you always want to pick the automatic transmission because it's easier. It's one of those questions, isn't it? A tongue twister type. It's the sort of thing because you're unprepared for the response. Because it's one of those questions that can catch you out type of thing. So, through the years of gaming on many racing games, I honestly saying I prefer the automatic. Yeah, it's easier and things like that. Because when I'm picking the manual, I always forget to switch between the gears. I'm always forgetful of that. I'm always forgetting about it. So I'm a victim of it myself, but I really do enjoy the manual from time to time. It can be hard to master, but that's what makes you an even somewhat better gamer as a manual driver. When I played on the arcade, like on Daytona or Ridge Racer, I'm always picking the automatic. I don't pick the manual because I love using the gears. I think I picked manual on Need for Speed on one of the arcade simulator driving things. That's because I like using the gears on that game, but it's more fluid, more better feel for the game. However, this is one of those questions. What do you prefer? Do you prefer automatic or manual in racing games, basically? It's just one of those questions that came to me a long time ago, and I only just thought of it again because, I've been thinking about cars and Top Gear recently. Everyone always picks automatic. Well, not everyone, just the majority of people who either want to win a race or just mess around and pick manual. I don't know, because I really do love picking manual when it really is calls for it, when I really want to, if it's an open space racing game, or one that I feel like, okay, do you know what, I'll do manual so I can get used to it, type of things. So you take good care of yourselves, my fellow video gaming minions. I'm Retro Gaming, live on.